Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I am doing a video response from my good buddy Ken over at Ken's Cardboard. He is simply asking us to show a rainbow of players, or our favorite rainbow. Well, I'm not really a modern collector, although you've seen modern cards on my channel. I'm not much of a modern collector, and therefore I don't collect rainbows. However, as most of you know, I've got Uncle Mike. And so, being a Mike Morgan super collector, probably the only one in existence, I have some Mike Morgan rainbows. And so, I'm going to show you two. I've only got two. And so, I'm going to show you the 1984 rainbow that I have. And I'm going to show you one from later on in his career from 2002. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And in addition to talking about the rainbows, Ken also wants us to shout out a couple of channels that have less than 500 or 400 subs, and so we can boost their numbers. Well, I've picked out three channels that I really enjoy, that I feel like are deserving of a shout out and deserving of more subs, and so I'll be doing that in between the two rainbows. Okay, so actually, let me go ahead and do a shout out now. So the first shout out that I'm going to do is of a guy that his name is Gordon, and he is a awesome storyteller. And you should really go by and check out his channel. His channel name is The Athlete Archives, and he has done some really in-depth stories on some really important figures within baseball. He did a story on um, a, a, a player who was the first player to be drafted in World War II. He did another story on Mo Berg, who was the spy during World War II, and not just in he doesn't do just stories about World War II players. He does different stories about different players, but really in depth dives into their impact, and so the first channel that I really like. Now Gordon only right now has 213 subs. And so I believe he is definitely deserving of more based off of the content, and you can tell the work that he puts into it. So please go by and check out his channel. Give him a sub. Okay, so let's get started into this 1984 rainbow of Mike Morgan, aka Uncle Mike. So the first one that I have is this standard 1984 Topps card, and this one graded an SGC 9, and most of you already have seen the back of a 1984 Topps, so you know what that looks like. But then we're going to move into the 1984 Topps Tiffany, and I was able to pick up a 9 for this card as well. Love that image, and the back of the card is got that brighter Tiffany back, so really like that. And then some of the other ungraded cards that I have I've got the 1984 O-Pee-Chee. This one has kind of a cream colored back, pretty neat. And I've thought about sending these in for grading too, because look, I know I'm the only Mike Morgan collector out there, but hey, I consider family, and I don't mind spending the money on grading his cards. So here's the 1984 Nestle, and it still has the same back. So I like the backs for the logo, in keeping with the Blue Jays blue. I like that it ties into color matching. So I think that's pretty cool. And then you might not be able to see what makes this one different, but this one is actually autographed. So there's my autographed 1984 Topps Mike Morgan. And then I've got two 2017 Rediscover Topps buybacks. This one is of the color matching blue. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember what my buddy Shane told me, but I think that this one is rarer than the silver. And so this one here is the silver buyback. So Shane, you're going to have to remind me again which one is more rare. Is it the silver or is it the blue? But either way, I believe I'm going to try to complete this run. So there are a number of different foils that go along with these Rediscover Topps. And I think I'm going to try to complete this run. I think there's a red and a gold and a couple others. So we'll see. We'll see what I can get. I can't imagine too many Mike Morgan collectors out there. So, all right. So the second channel that I'm going to shout out under 400 subs is this next one is Pastor Craig's Vintage Cards. Now, so Pastor Craig is obviously a pastor, and I like the fact that he's on YouTube, and I like the fact that he's in the trenches with us, collecting cards and in this hobby, and I really like a man of faith, showing that his collecting side as well, and so Craig shows a lot of vintage baseball cards, particularly the 1956 Top set, and he's shown some others, but in particular the 56 Top set. So please go by, check out his channel and sub him up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause and I'm going to set up for the 2002 Topps, and then I'll bring it back to talk about that rainbow that I have for that. So hang on just a second. All right, welcome back. So honestly, I can't really tell you the order that these should go in, so I'm just going to kind of guess at it. But this is the 2002 Topps run of, the rainbow run of Mike Morgan. And so I did some research, found out that, so I actually collected all of these without knowing how many different variations there were. And so I, was on eBay and I was looking for all the different variations, not knowing. And then before this video, just to verify that I had them all, I went on to the trading card database to verify that I actually do have the entire run of 2002 Topps variations of Mike Morgan. So, like I said, I don't really know the number they're supposed to go into, so I'm going to take a stab at it. Okay. So the first one is the base set. Now, this is of Uncle Mike when he was on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And so right after they won the World Series. So here's the base issue. And that's card number 416, by the way. And then the second card is the limited edition. Now, to my understanding, the limited edition it took the place of the Tiffany. Correct me if I'm wrong in that, please. So here's the back of that one. Notice it's a little bit darker than the base. And then the next in order that I can tell is going to be the base chrome. So you have the base chrome edition. And it does have nice etching on it, by the way. Here's the back on that one. And the next version you have would be the gold refractor. And that one has some really nice shine to it. I really do like that gold refractor. Plus, I'm stoked that it got a 10. That's really cool. And then, as far as I know, the next variation in this order would be this gold variation. And it says 51 years of collecting right here. Now, this is kind of like a gold foil, and it is numbered to 2002. So that's really cool. Got that in 8.5. And then the last variation that Topps did in 2002 were the black refractors numbered out of 50. And so what's cool about this is that I can actually have rainbows of Uncle Mike. So that's really cool. This one got a 9. And some of these came back in my more recent SGC return. I didn't show that return because, you probably don't want to see a bunch of Mike Morgan cards as an SGC return. Most of you would not, watch that. So, so that one was more for me. But yeah, so this was one of the cards. Actually, all of these were, except for, all of these were, except for the base chrome. So even that 10, I recently got back. So anyway, love this one, and love the shine on that one. Really nice shine. Here's the back of it. It's also in black. And here it is numbered to 50 right here. That's number 44 out of 50. So I sent 2 of these in. One of them got an 8.5, and the other one got a 9. I'm going to keep the 9, and I'll give away the 8.5. All right, so those are my 2 rainbows, and the last channel that I want to do a shout out for is going to be the Rated Rabbi Sports Card Podcast, and that's Rabbi Dave. So another man of faith that I want to shout out. Now, I love his podcast, and I'll tell you why. He is a wizard with words. He is a great storyteller, but he gets into the passion of collecting. He gets into really just telling a story about the psychology, the feelings of what it is to be a collector in this hobby. And so I highly encourage you to go check him out. He's also a vintage baseball card collector, but I highly encourage you to go check him out as well. And so all 3 channels are, again, the Athlete Archives, and that's Gordon, the Rated Rabbi Sports Card Podcast, which is Rabbi Dave, and Pastor Craig's Vintage Sports Cards. 3 great channels, under 400 subs, and highly deserving of more subs and a visit from each of you. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching and spending time watching about Mike Morgan, because there's no one else on YouTube that's going to be talking about Mike Morgan. So keep hunting the good stuff, everybody. Stay positive in this hobby, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.